You're not a very competitive gamer, Project Zomboid might be for you. There's plenty of reasons why. It's a great experience with your friends or even alone, much like subscribing and helping me getting to 2000. But when I think back about Project Zomboid, I don't think about vanilla really, because it's been in early access for so long. I think about the mods, I think about how many mods you can throw into it, because that is the game that it's become. And it's really not even that bad. It can be as hard or as easy as you want it to be, which is the mark of a great game. A very versatile game. That being said, though, if you don't like the top-down view, there's other games out there. It's not the end of the world for me. I don't mind it actually. The pixel, like it's pretty endearing to me, honestly. The only thing that rubs me the wrong way is the fact that the camera only faces that specific direction. So if you have like a furniture mod or you want to do a specific action, you can only do it in that specific direction. So you can't like lay down or like sit on a chair if it's facing this direction. Like it's hard to really put it into words, but if you've played the game, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to work around, especially if you're trying to build a base, if you're trying to get all that furniture and build stuff. You kind of have to work around it, and it sucks because that's a good quarter that you're really not even getting to see or witness. But that's just how the uh, the game engine works. You can't really do anything about it. Maybe one day uh, it'll change, but I honestly I kind of doubt it. We've come this far, and nothing's changed after literal years. So I don't think anything is going to. Period. Honestly, but it's not even really that big of a deal. If you like playing zombie games, if you like playing against the environment with your friends, you just like those survival games, then this is for you because it slowly ramps up in difficulty. So it gives you plenty of time to set up a base, get everything going. You can change every setting in the game that you really want to. You can set whether or not what time period it is, if you can have electricity and water starting out, if you want to be harder, if you want, you can set the spawn rates for food and weapons. You can do literally anything you really want to. It's kind of sad there's not really like a wilderness spawn or an outdoor spawn. You can only spawn in the forest cities, but mods fix that. Okay, so like I said, if you're not really a fan of the official vanilla game, then mods are right there, and that's half the fun. It's one of those games where you combine mods for like an hour. Like you have almost more fun finding the mods and saying, "Oh, this looks like it'd go great into the game," and like loading it and shit and having the mod order than actually playing the fucking game, because half the time getting into the game is the game, and that's the fucking challenge itself. You can't, because of how much shit you've loaded, and then you have to wait for like half an hour for a game that's what, like a gigabyte, 2 gigabytes or some shit, like some really small download. A couple of my friends say it's boring, but it's really not. If you play other PvE survival games, I'm just gonna, Daisy, for instance, for fuck's sake, like that's more PvP oriented, but to me, I just don't see how you could call it boring, because it's not. You go out, you look for things, you scavenge, and you come back. It's a gameplay loop. How is it boring? If anything, mods will add more into it so that there's more for you to do. You could call any game boring simply by breaking down what you're doing in the game. Oh, Dark Souls, you go explore this area, you get loot, you find a campfire, you save. How is that fun? How do you find that fun? Well, you find the fighting fun, you find the looting part fun, right? Yeah, you find the world building, like the exploration part, you find that fun, don't you? You can break anything down to the most minute, delicate fucking sentence possible and make it sound like shit, but that doesn't mean it is. That just makes you sound like a pessimist that doesn't even want to fucking do anything. I personally had plenty of fun playing this game. Now, I will say, if you're going to play it for like an extended period of time, days, weeks, months on end, which has honestly never really happened to me, I've only ever done that for a very specific handful of games. And even then, I don't play them uninterrupted because that is very monotonous. I change my games and I have like a revolving order. So if I just played this genre, I'll switch to another genre. I'll switch to another game within that genre. It's not the exact fucking same thing because you'll go crazy doing that shit, man. You can't do that. It's the same fucking monotonous thing over and over. Anybody would just get put out doing that shit. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna say it like that, then yeah, absolutely 100%. But if we're playing for like a couple hours, 3 days a week, what the fuck is the big deal? You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's the same as any other game. You hop on for a couple hours. Oh, I'm getting bored of this. Let's play something else. To circle back, though, there are really tons of mods. You can make it much harder. You can make it much easier. If you want to do a strictly vanilla experience, you definitely 100% positively can. That being said, though, I've used so many mods. I think I'm just used to the mods. I don't know if I'd really want to go back to vanilla because they add so much content to the game, so much stuff that you feel like there's missing, extra skills, for example, you know? So, and not even like in a game breaking way. Of course, there are skill mods that do that where you can just give yourself everything. It's like I said, you can make it as easy or as hard as you want. But when it's up to you, you can choose, you can pick and choose. To me, I enjoy a bit of challenge, so removing absolutely everything out of the game that makes it a fucking challenge ruins the game for me because there's not really anything to do. If your character is so overpowered, then there's not really a point of fucking playing. Yeah, why play, right? There's a ton of music mods that break with every update, but those are fun too. If you can get one that works, you can find cassettes that fit the time period. You can go around and look for said cassettes, and you can make a collection. The ones that kind of break the time period and give you modern day music kind of sucks, yeah, but hey, it's whatever, right? Getting a collection of books and reading them while it's nighttime or writing outside and you're at your base, that's a pretty comfy vibe to be, man. Like there's so many things about this game you could compliment, and there's a lot of things you could definitely insult. But to me, I feel like it has more strengths and weaknesses. You can even have car mods if you want to have more cars, more vehicles. Like it's literally like I don't want to call it sandbox. I guess you could. I guess it kind of is a sandbox game, but mostly out of everything, it's a survival game. So you have to. That's the main priority, and I guess it's not everybody's cup of tea. But survival as a genre is just so easy to do because you can assign the character health points, stamina, food, water. You can say, "Oh well, we're gonna spawn everything around him, but we're gonna make it only give one thirst point or some shit." You know, you can make it difficult as fuck or long as fuck to accomplish, and you know they'll get sucked into the game. It's easy. It happens all the time. Bearing everything in mind, am I happy with the update order? Like how fast? How? I guess. It's kind of a hard balance to find between the mods and the update because when you spend so much time looking for mods and the patch breaks it, you know, it kind of ruins it a little bit. You have to wait a week or two and come back for them to be all patched for the new you know, for the mods to be updated, right? So that kind of fucking sucks too. It's what you make it though, end of the day, right?